Darkness is here. Welcome to the nightfall. Some dares should never be accepted. Some places should never be entered. He thought it was just an abandoned house, until the doors locked behind him. Listen to the story that was shared with us. I know I'm not alone. The air is thick, heavy with dust and something else. Something alive. My breath is shallow, barely audible, because if I breathe too loud, it will hear me. I shouldn't have come here. The walls groan as if the house itself is breathing. The single candle I lit flickers violently, throwing distorted shadows across the rotting floorboards. My backpack, my only source of comfort, lies abandoned in the next room. But I can't go back. Something is standing in the doorway. It hasn't moved for the last 15 minutes. I don't know if it's real or if my mind is unraveling. But I see it. Tall. Gaunt. Watching. I clutch the rusted piece of metal I found earlier. Useless. I'm useless. My phone is dead. There's no service out here anyway. And even if I screamed, who would hear me? Outside, the wind howls through the trees. But inside, it's dead silent. Except for the breathing. Not mine. I don't believe in ghosts. Not really. I mean, yeah. Sure, I've watched my fair share of creepy videos, read stories about haunted houses and missing people. But that's all fake, right? Just some internet horror meant to make you double-check your locks at night. That's what I told myself when I agreed to this stupid dare. It started with a road trip, a last-minute plan. My best friend Jake, his girlfriend Lila, and me, third-wheeling it like always. We were supposed to just pass through this dead little town, get some cheap gas, stretch our legs, and move on. But then we saw it. A massive Victorian house, completely abandoned, standing at the edge of the woods like it had been waiting for us. Dude, Jake grinned, nudging me. You wouldn't last a night in there. I snorted. Please. Lila smirked. Then prove it. And that's how I ended up here, standing in front of a house that looked like something out of a nightmare. Peeling paint, shattered windows, and a gaping front door like an open mouth. Jake tossed me a flashlight. Survive till sunrise, and breakfast is on me. Easy, right? I had no idea what I was walking into. The first thing that hit me was the smell. A mix of damp wood, mold, and something metallic. The kind of scent that clings to your clothes, your skin. I shone my flashlight around. Dust swirled in the beam, disturbed for the first time in who knows how long. The furniture was still there. A round table in the center of the room. Chairs covered in cobwebs. And a massive wooden arm were looming in the corner, like someone had just left. I took a step forward, and the floor groaned beneath my weight. Just the house settling, I told myself. But then I saw something that made my skin prickle. A single plate sitting on the dining table. Not just any plate. It was clean. The dust-covered table should have buried it. But no, there it was, as if someone had just finished eating. My chest tightened. Maybe someone had been here recently. A squatter, maybe? Some homeless guy? I shook off the uneasy feeling and moved deeper inside. I just had to kill time until morning. That was the plan. I had no idea that the house had other plans for me. The first hour was easy. I explored a bit, found an old living room filled with decayed furniture, took some pictures for proof, even made a couple of dumb videos to send to Jake in the morning. But then, the weird things started happening. I left my backpack in the entryway. When I came back for it, it was gone. I checked every room, retraced my steps. Nothing. Then there were the footsteps. At first I thought it was the wind, but no, these were inside the house. Slow, deliberate, coming from the floor above me. I froze, gripping my flashlight like a weapon. No, just my mind playing tricks. I swallowed my nerves and called out. Hello. Silence. I tried again. If someone's in here, I don't want trouble. A soft creak. Not from above this time. From behind me. I spun around. Nothing. Just the dining table, the untouched plate, the dust-covered floor. But the chair closest to me? It was pulled out. I was sure it hadn't been like that before. A cold chill crawled up my spine. I grabbed my phone, hit the flashlight, and pointed it toward the hallway leading to the staircase. Something moved. Not a trick of the light. Not my imagination. A shadow. Tall. Thin. Unnaturally still. I took a shaky step forward, trying to convince myself it was nothing. Just an illusion, the way the light hit the walls. But then it did something that made my heart nearly stop. It leaned forward, like it knew I saw it, and then, before I could even breathe, it disappeared. Gone. I should have left then. I should have run. But I didn't. And that was the worst mistake of my life. The walls are breathing. I hear them expand and contract like lungs filling with air. The shadows aren't just shadows anymore. They shift, crawl, pulse with something alive. And the worst part? The thing in the doorway is gone. But I know it's still here. I squeeze my eyes shut, press my back against the cold wooden floor, and clutch the rusted metal rod like it's my last lifeline. The room is silent except for the sound of my own heartbeat hammering in my ears. Then I hear it, the whisper. It's not coming from one place. It's coming from everywhere. He's still hungry. I choke on my own breath. No, I didn't hear that. That's just my imagination, right? Then why does it feel like something is leaning over me? I should have left the moment that shadow moved. But I convinced myself it was nothing. Maybe just a draft, the way my flashlight cast weird angles. That's all. And that's why I made the biggest mistake of the night. I stayed. I found an old chair in what looked like a study and settled in, thinking I could just keep myself occupied until morning. My phone battery was dying, but I had just enough left to record a quick video. Still alive. No ghosts yet. You owe me pancakes, Jake. I laughed, trying to ignore the growing unease in my chest. Then I heard the door slam. Hard. I jumped up so fast the chair nearly tipped over. My heart was pounding. I ran back to the front door, grabbed the handle, twisted it. It wouldn't budge. I twisted harder. Yanked. Nothing. It was locked. Not just locked, deadbolt from the outside. No. My voice shook as I rattled the door. It didn't make sense. I didn't lock it. I didn't even touch it when I came in. I turned, my flashlight shaking as I scanned the room. The shadows seemed longer, stretching unnaturally up the walls. That's when I realized something else. The windows were covered. They hadn't been when I came in. Every single window in the house had curtains drawn or furniture blocking them. The only sliver of outside light came from the dirty glass pane in the kitchen. And just as I turned toward it, my breath caught in my throat, because in that window, I saw a reflection. Not mine, something else, something standing behind me. I spun around so fast my flashlight flickered and then, nothing, empty room. But I knew it was still here. I paced back and forth, trying to control my breathing. Just think. I left my backpack in the front hall. Maybe there was something inside I could use. A pocket knife, a lighter. Hell, even a granola bar would be comforting right now. I turned the corner into the hall and stopped dead in my tracks. My backpack was gone. The hall was empty. I swallowed hard, my throat dry. I had just left it there. There was no way I was imagining that. I forced myself to keep moving, stepping into the kitchen, the one place I could still see outside. I needed a plan. I needed a thump. I froze. It came from upstairs. I stared at the ceiling. Another thump, louder this time. Then footsteps, slow, deliberate. I pointed my flashlight toward the staircase at the end of the hallway. My pulse thundered in my ears. The steps stopped. For a second, silence stretched through the house. Then in the quiet, I heard it. A voice. Faint, childlike. A whisper carried through the stale air. Where are you? My blood turned to ice. It wasn't my voice. It wasn't the wind. It wasn't my imagination. Something was in here with me, and it was looking for me. I don't remember running. I just remember ending up back in the living room, pressed against the wall, trying to breathe. This wasn't normal. This wasn't my mind playing tricks. I was not alone. I needed to get out. I stumbled toward the window, grabbed the edge of a wooden chair, and pulled it back, ready to break the glass. But the moment I touched it, the chair moved. Not like I had knocked it, not like it had tipped. It slid away from me, like something had grabbed the other side and pulled. I let go instantly, stepping back, my throat dry. I reached for my flashlight with trembling fingers and aimed it at the chair. I swear, for a split second, I saw fingers. Not mine, not human, long twisted, clutching the chair leg, and then gone, like it had never been there. But the chair was still in the middle of the room, waiting for me. I don't know how much time has passed. I'm still here, still trapped, but the whispering has stopped. I don't know if that's better or worse. Something changed. The air feels heavier. The candle I lit an hour ago has burned down to a stub, barely holding on. And there's something else. Something outside the window. I don't want to turn my head. I don't want to see it. Because whatever it is, it's not moving. It's just standing there, watching me. And I swear, even in the dark, I can see its eyes. I don't want to look at it, but I can feel it looking at me. The candle flickers, its weak flame barely illuminating the room. My body is frozen, every muscle locked in place, as if moving will somehow make it notice me. But it already has. The air is too still. The shadows seem closer. And outside the window, pressed against the dirty glass, is a face. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know what it looks like. But my body betrays me. My eyes flick toward the window, just for a second. And that's when I see its mouth. Not normal lips, not normal skin. A wide, gaping, grinning mouth that stretches too far. It doesn't move. It just waits, watching. And then so slowly, it tilts its head. I squeeze my eyes shut. I shouldn't have come here. I needed to leave. That thought had burned in my brain ever since the whispering started, ever since my backpack vanished, ever since the chair moved by itself. I wasn't alone, but the house didn't want me to go. I sprinted to the front door again, heart hammering, trying to handle once more. Still locked. I grabbed a chair, hurled it at the window. Nothing. The glass didn't even crack. That was the first moment I knew. This house isn't just abandoned. It's alive. The walls creaked. The floor shifted under my feet. The very air inside the house felt wrong. And then, from the upstairs hallway, I heard a sound that made my blood run cold. A knock. 1, 2, 3. Slow. Purposeful. I turned my flashlight toward the stairs. And in the dim glow, at the very top step, I saw something crawling toward me. I don't remember running. I don't remember how I ended up in the kitchen, crouched behind the old wooden table like a child hiding from the monster under the bed. All I knew was that the knocking had stopped, and something was inside the house with me. I pressed my hand against my mouth to keep from breathing too loud. Every part of me was screaming to move, to run, to get out. But then, just beyond the doorway, I heard it. Soft, scraping footsteps. They weren't like normal steps. They were too light, like something walking on its fingers. Slowly, deliberately. And then they stopped, right outside the kitchen. I gripped my flashlight, finger hovering over the switch. I had turned it off the moment I heard the knocking. I didn't want it to see me. But then, a hand slid around the doorway. Not walking, not stepping, just a single, pale hand stretching out, curling its fingers against the wooden frame. I bit down on my lips so hard I tasted blood. And then, another hand, in another, in another. Too many hands. And then, they pulled the rest of it forward. I should have passed out by now. My body is beyond exhaustion. My hands won't stop shaking. But fear keeps me awake. The thing outside the window is gone now. But I know it's still somewhere. I hear scraping in the walls. Not mice. Not pipes. Something else. I don't know what it wants. I don't know if it's playing with me. All I know is that when I closed my eyes for just a second, I felt something breathing against my neck. And when I turned, there was no one there. I don't know how long I sat in the corner, gripping my useless flashlight, whispering to myself that it's not real, that I'm dreaming, that if I just wait it out, the sun will rise and I'll be fine. But then, the house moved. Not a creak, not a groan. The walls shrank. The furniture shifted. I watched as the table in the center of the room dragged itself a few inches closer. The cabinets rattled. The floorboards bulged, like something was underneath them. And then, from the hallway, I heard footsteps. Not slow, not soft, running, straight for me. I scrambled to my feet, tripped over the chair, hit the ground hard. My candle guttered out. Darkness swallowed everything. And then, the running stopped, right outside the room. Silence. Pure, suffocating silence. I didn't breathe. I didn't move. And then, the door creaked open. I don't know how I'm still alive. The door is wide open now. The hallway beyond it is pitch black. But I know something is out there, waiting, watching. I don't think this is just a haunted house anymore. I think it's a trap. Something wants me here. And I think I think it's hungry. The door is open now. It wants me to come out. The air is different, charged, electric, wrong. The house has stopped pretending to be an empty ruin. Now, I feel it breathing around me. The walls flex like lungs. The floor shifts beneath my weight. And I swear, I hear my own name. Ethan. No. No, no, no. My jaw clenches. I press myself further against the corner of the room, hands trembling around my flashlight. I know I shouldn't, but I look toward the open doorway. The hallway is pitch black, but something is in there. Not moving, not breathing, just waiting. And then, in the silence, the whispering starts again. But this time, it's not one voice. It's dozens. I don't know when I stopped trying to escape. At some point, my brain gave up on rational thought. The locked doors, the vanishing backpack, the thing in the shadows, none of it made sense. And that's when the hands came back. I was in the kitchen when it happened. The same kitchen where I'd first seen the reflection in the window. I'd tried to move a cabinet, break a window, do anything to force my way out. Then, the air turned thick, heavy, and a single hand emerged from the shadows under the table. Not human, not even close. It was too long, too pale, skin stretched too tight over bones that jutted at the wrong angles. It didn't grab me. It just tapped on the floor 3 times. Knock, knock, knock. Then another hand appeared from the darkness beneath the counter. Then another, then another. Too many hands, all crawling toward me. I ran. The whispering stops. The silence is worse. I squeeze my eyes shut, count backward from 10. Maybe if I don't look, it won't happen. 10, 9, 8, 7. Something shifts in the darkness. I snap my eyes open. The hallway outside the room is still black, but the shadows are moving. I can't see what it is, but I see its shape. Tall, wrong, bones jutting out of too thin skin. And then, it steps closer. No sound, no footsteps. It just moves, and then, from deep within its twisted body, it grins. At some point, I stopped thinking. Instinct took over. I ran, blind and reckless, through the house, not caring where I went, just away from the thing in the hallway. I stumbled into the living room, gasping, knees buckling beneath me. The candle I had left earlier had burned out. My flashlight flickered, and then, the basement door creaked open. I don't know why I looked, but I did, and I saw something at the bottom of the stairs. Not a person, not even a full shape, just eyes. Huge, black, and hungry. And then, it crawled up the stairs. I can't stay here. I have to run. The air is too heavy. The walls feel like they're closing in. I feel fingers in my hair, though nothing is touching me. I glance back at the open doorway, at the thing waiting for me in the dark. And then, just behind it, a second shape moves. There's not just one. There are many, and they're coming. I sprint. I don't think. I don't breathe. I just run. Through the living room, down the hall, toward the front door. My shoulder slams into it, rattling the frame, still locked. I twist, ready to make a break for a window. Any window, and then I hear it, a voice right behind me. Don't go. Cold breath against my neck. I spin, swinging the rusted metal rod I found earlier, but nothing is there. The thing in the hallway is gone. The whispering is gone. And for a second, just a second, I think I'm alone. Then, a voice inside my head speaks. You've already been here before. I don't know what's real anymore. I keep seeing flashes, memories that aren't mine. Other people trapped in this house. Other faces. Other screams. I stagger backward, pressing my hands against my temples. No, I just got here tonight. But why does the house feel so familiar? Why do I suddenly remember knocking on this same door years ago? Why do I remember never leaving? The whispering starts again, and this time, it's my own voice. I don't know what's real anymore. I remember arriving here tonight. I remember walking inside, thinking it was just a stupid dare. But now I remember something else. Another time, another me. The house is whispering my name, but it's not just calling me, it's remembering me. And that's when I hear the laughter. Not cruel, not playful, just hungry, and so close. I turn, and for the first time, I see it. I wish I could say I saw a ghost, a monster, something I could describe with words that make sense. But it isn't just one thing. It's a shifting mass, twisting and unraveling, flesh that doesn't belong. The eyes aren't in the right place. The mouth stretches too wide. The skin is pale, translucent, stretched so tight over its frame that I can see every single rib. And it's smiling. Not with joy, not with malice. Just the kind of smile that says it's been waiting for me. I back away, heart pounding. My flashlight is useless now, its beam flickering weakly. The creature, asterisk asterisk the house, asterisk asterisk doesn't move. It doesn't have to, because suddenly I remember everything. I have been here before. Not tonight, not last week. Years ago, I was here as a kid, a stupid, curious kid who wandered into the wrong house. And I never left. Not really. The realization hits me like a truck. The missing people, the whispers, the feeling that the house was alive. It doesn't just trap people, it absorbs them, their voices, their thoughts, their bodies. I step back, shaking my head. No, I whisper. That's not possible. But the thing in front of me just tilts its head, and then in my own voice it speaks. You'll remember soon. I don't know how I find the strength to move. I shouldn't be able to. I should be frozen, lost in the truth that I never really escaped this place. But something inside me, some buried instinct, takes over. I grab my flashlight, my useless, flickering flashlight, and I run. The house roars around me, the walls shaking, the floor splitting open beneath my feet. The front door is still locked, but there's a window. One single, dirty window that wasn't covered before. And behind it, I see the first light of dawn. I don't think. I don't hesitate. I throw myself forward. I don't remember breaking through the window. I just remember the sound of glass shattering. And then, cold air, the scent of damp earth, and silence. I hit the ground hard, gasping, lungs burning. The sky above me is pale, streaked with early morning light. I turn, expecting to see the house behind me, but it's gone. Just trees, just overgrown grass, like it was never there at all. I don't know how long I sit there, staring at the empty space where the house should be. Eventually, I hear voices, real ones. Jake and Lila. They're shouting my name, running toward me. I should feel relief, but all I feel is empty, like I left something behind, like part of me never really left at all. Jake grabs my shoulders. Dude, where the hell were you? I blink at him, confused. The house, I breathe. It was right here. Lila frowns. What house? And that's when I hear it. Soft, distant, almost amused. A whisper drifting on the morning breeze. You'll come back. How do you feel about this story? Submit your chilling stories to our email in the bio. And subscribe to our channel so you never miss stories like that. Good night.